There go there's my angel.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Speak Up Sis Podcast. This is the place where everyday women and men have an opportunity to share their stories to inspire yours. We say what you think no one wants to hear, but everyone needs to know. I'm your host, Angel Charmaine. And listen, I know it's been a while since you all have seen me. I've not been in this space, but Speak Up Sis is growing and growing and growing, and we've got all sorts of things going on. Next Saturday, we've got the inaugural Speak Up Sis Awards ceremony and dinner gala on Saturday, September 23rd. We've been preparing for that, and so we've been putting in a lot of work, but no worries. Speak Up Sis Podcast is back. Yes, we are back, and we are kicking this off with a blue flame conversation. Now, for those of you who are new to Speak Up Sis Podcast, blue flame is what a good friend of mine calls me. She says, girl, you know, the blue flame is the hottest part of the fire. And every time you open up your mouth, you be burning up stuff. So we have blue flame conversations here on Speak Up Sis Podcast. And I invite a few of my friends to come into the space, and we chop it up about different hot topics, and they get to share their experiences and all that good stuff in a roundtable format. And so tonight, this is a special edition of Speak Up Sis Podcast because I've got men in the space. I ain't got no women in here tonight other than myself. I've got a couple brothers here with me, and they've been kicking it with me for a while now. And I want to bring them into the space so that you all can meet them. So guys, y'all come on into the space and let me know how you doing tonight. I've got King Bernard Gracie in the building, and I've got, listen, Hazel Eyes himself, the photographer extraordinaire, Corey Green.
Gang.
How y'all doing, brothers?
I'm good. How you doing?
I am doing well. I'm doing well. First, just let me say thank y'all. I appreciate you for clearing out your busy schedules so that you could be here and have this discussion. The ladies have been asking about y'all on the front cover of the Speak Up Sis magazine. Tried to sit down before the sound was crazy, so I was like, okay, I gotta bring them back because people want to hear what y'all have to say. So before we get into our blue flame conversation tonight, I would like for you each to introduce yourself to our listening and our viewing audience. Bernard, we'll start with you.
All right, I'm Bernard Gracie. I'm from Gracie Elite Fitness. We specialize in weight loss, weight gain. We specialize in helping a person become their greatest version of themselves. We also do bodybuilding. We had an IMBF, WMBF bodybuilding show this year. I'm proud to say that I'm a WNBF promoter this year. I'm also, I consider myself as a healer. I like to heal people from the soul, then the body and the mind. And I feel like they all coexist to make you your greatest version.
All right, that's what's up. Listen, you know, I believe I like to feel like I'm a healer as well, and in a different capacity. I believe I help to heal people's souls. Right. And so I'm feeling you in there. And y'all, Mr. Gracie is my trainer. Now, do not judge him on that. Don't judge him on that. Because I stay fluffy. But when I'm in the gym, I be right. I'm just saying, tell him, Bernard, tell him I'm a hard worker.
That's right. 110%.
I'm a hard worker, y'all. I just got, you know, I'm be trying to save everybody else's life out here. But, and we're going to talk about this at some point. We might get into it tonight as well, because tonight we're talking about what do men really think? What do men really think? And so I just may ask about fitness and fit women and all that kind of stuff. I'm gonna put y'all on the hot seat tonight. But we're going to take y'all on a journey, Gracie and I, and he is going to whip this body into a princess cut diamond. And we're going to take y'all on the journey. We're going to let y'all see me from fluffy to fitness to stage. And we're going to let y'all come in on that journey. So we'll talk to y'all about that a little later. But until then, let's go ahead and allow Corey Green to introduce himself so y'all know who he is. Corey, tell the people a little bit about who you are.
Hello, I'm Corey Green. I'm the owner of Hazel Eyes Photography. I'm everything that Bernard said, except I do it through photography. So everything he do, the body training, the healing, all that, he does it in the physical. I do it on the pictures. So I'm wherever you feel like, oh, I don't look cute, you get the pictures and be like, ooh, that ain't me. Yes, it is, boo-boo. That's you all day long. But that's us. That's what we do. We do photography, videography, and we try to work with people. Where our true meaning is, a picture is worth 1,000 words, not $1,000. I guarantee you won't find anybody with the prices that we have, because it's not about the money, it's about the people and about us having our own experiences and making us feel good and look good. And thank you for having me on here, and I appreciate it.
That's what's up. I like that. So, see, I always say, whoever is in the room is who's supposed to be in the room. And we got a room of healers. We got a soul healer. We got a body, mind, soul healer. We got an aesthetic healer. So I know we're going to get some good conversations tonight. If you are watching us on YouTube, everybody, because we are live right now on YouTube, or if you're catching this on the replay on YouTube, please make sure that you click that button and subscribe, and make sure you click the bell so that you can get notifications when we are live and when we have new content. You can also follow us on Facebook at SpeakUpSis Podcast and on Instagram at SpeakUpSis Podcast. This is also live on Roku TV as well. So please connect with us wherever you choose to connect. If you are able to watch us live and you have questions, put them in the chat. I will be monitoring the chat tonight. And if you have questions for the men, if you want to know what they really think about something, then just let us know and I will ask them, and we can get your questions answered tonight as well. I see Anita Green watching. And I want to say hello to you. That's Corey's beautiful wife. Listen, she gonna show up. She is gonna show up. So hello, sis. Thank you for joining us tonight. All right. So guys, let's go ahead and get into this. The first thing, you all had an opportunity to be cover models. You had an opportunity to be cover models on the 2023 summer edition of the Speak Up Sis magazine. I would like to know what your thoughts were initially when I first reached out to you and said, I would like for you to be a part of this edition and share your story about being vulnerable. I want to know what your first thoughts were. What did you really think when I asked you to be a part of the magazine and to be on the cover? Corey, let's start with you.
No. That's it. Straight up, no. I'm not doing it. I don't want nobody in my business. I don't need people in my business. I don't want nobody judging me. And then, like I told you, being in the business that I'm in, dealing with the public, I have to learn how to drop that. And I have to be more welcoming and inviting to people. I can't have that shield up like, get away from me. I don't want you around me. So it kind of like, it helped me break the mold of getting out of that. So it really worked out.
Okay. So you said your initial thought was, no, I don't want to do it. But you said yes.
Yes.
Right. Did you have, what made you say yes? Was it that thought that I need to do something different? Maybe I need to change, or was there some other type of push for you to give me the yes? So we're gonna, can you hear us now?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay. So what made you say yes?
To get out of that shell, the thought of doing something different, having to be different, instead of being that stern, tough guy all the time.
Right. And I believe if people read the article, if they read your interview, I believe they saw a different side of you. If they actually read the article. So that's what's up. Bernard.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell us, what did you think initially when I asked you to be a part of the 2023 summer edition of the magazine? What was your first thought?
My first thought was, I'm honored and it's a pleasure because I've been reading the magazines prior to this. I've been keeping up with you. And then the second thing was, wow, man, Miss Angel, she actually sees me. You know, she sees what I'm doing. She sees what I'm trying to get done, you know, and I'm talking about from the gutter, you know, and sometimes when you're doing so much, you're wondering if you're doing enough and if people recognizing what you're doing. And sometimes you even question and say, well, God, am I doing what you want me to do? I mean, like, give me a sign. So this was one of my, like, confirmations. And I was just honored when you gave me that call. And I was just like, wow, man, you know, she really sees what I'm trying to do and get done. And this helps spread what we're trying to do. So, and so that was the first thing I was thinking, okay, well, I'm honored. And wow, man, she sees not just me, but she sees all of us for who we are, man. Cause it's almost like roses growing out of the concrete. Look at these brothers, man. I mean, look where they come from. And, everybody usually expects a certain type of character. Like when I'm going online, I'm usually, the fitness man and this and that, this and that. But this gives me a chance to kind of let my people know, that I can be transparent and you can actually see me for who I am and know who I am, and where I come from, a little bit about the background.
That's right.
Yeah. So, and that explains a lot. And I appreciate it a lot. And I appreciate the opportunity. And to be amongst these band of brothers like Brother Corey doing that driving.
Yes. Yes. So listen, y'all, just for those of you who've been following, I know you've seen the graphics, and we were going to have 5 brothers on, but I know busy people, right? And they got busy lives, and you can see them on the cover of the magazine. PJ Ware, y'all know he is the kitchen king, doing amazing things. Derek Turner, that is my brother. He has been down with me since the beginning. And then Gabriel Stovall, the pastor, and everyone's got things going on and some last minute things popped up. And so they weren't able to be with us tonight, but that is okay because Bernard Gracie and Corey Green are here, and we're going to have some good conversation tonight. Shout out to John Milton. I see you, brother, on YouTube. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Deborah Jefferson, I appreciate you, sis, for always showing up as well. Thank you for being in the space. Remember, if you have any comments or questions, you can put them in the chat and we will address them. If you are listening on iHeart, Pandora, Spotify, Apple, wherever you're listening, hello, how you doing? You can always connect with us and any of our social media spaces, and we'll get back with you. So let's jump into this. What do men really think? I want to start with mental health. The magazine was about the power and vulnerability. And what I was attempting to do with that cover was to show that men can be masculine, look masculine, sound masculine, appear, right? That all masculinity is not toxic, if you will, because that's a whole buzzword now, right? I wanted to show you all as Black men, as strong men, as fierce men, as powerful men, and then open the pages of the magazine and hear such vulnerability. So what do you all really think about men and mental health issues? Do you believe that men need to check their mental health? Do you believe mental health is just some frou-frou stuff that people are talking about? Do you believe in therapy? Talk to me about what you really think about mental health when it comes to men, especially Black men.
You want the floor first, Corey?
Yeah, go Bernard, because it kind of broke out on me.
All right, Bernard, we'll start with you.
I think mental health plays a major role in men's lives, especially the Black man's life. One thing about, and not just trying to keep it just solid on Black men, but let's go into just the history of the Black man. Everything from slavery to, almost like 14 generations of trauma. That's just the beginning. And then to sit on part of whatever paradigm you've been born into, whether if you've been project living or whether you've been abused or, whether it's mentally, physically, or any type of way of abuse, is different type of ways that we have to handle that. All right, now, so that's part two. That's childhood trauma. All right, now the third part is the world. Once you get older and you become a grown lion, you have to go up against yeah, man, you got gatekeepers out there that look like you, that's trying to prevent you. You've got, other places that's trying to prevent you from getting your career started. I mean, it's just so much out there, and it plays a major role on that mind of yours. And that's the reason why my logo looks like this, because the crown is your mind, the arms and everything here, and the shield, that's your body, and the G is the God within. Now, the mind and the body, they work for that spirit that's inside. You understand? And mental health, when I say mental health, sometimes that brain starts to think things and you wonder, why did I think that? You understand? Mm-hmm. And yeah, man, but apparently if you're hearing those thoughts, then apparently that's not you. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. If you can observe the thoughts that you're thinking, then apparently that's not you. Mm-hmm. So you have to find a way to harvest those thoughts and to get somebody to help you vent with those thoughts. Now, you can't vent to everybody. Now, that's when you brought up another issue, but can you go and you get help and can you talk to people? You understand? People gonna be people, Angie. And one thing about it is when you vent, you got to remember vents lead to other rooms. So you got to watch who you venting to. One thing about it is, I know you can say I can vent to a pastor, or I can vent to Big Bro or somebody like that. But by the end of the day, when you're thinking nobody can help me, or if I tell somebody, they're going to tell somebody else, that plays a major key too. So being able to talk to somebody, or even remember when I said, okay, you seen me or you saw me. Mm-hmm. Okay, real friends can hear you when you're quiet.
I need you to say that again for the people in the cheap seats.
Yeah, so if you don't really have to vent sometimes, real friends hear you when you're quiet. Even if you're trying to put the mask on and you're trying to move different, they know you. Mm-hmm. You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but mental health is and you also got to have a good partner. You don't want to end up taking on, the world and then coming home and taking on round two with your mate, So the women play a major key too in our lives when it comes down to mental health. You understand what I'm saying? We're looking for a sanctuary, when we get home, a hot air balloon in a world that's like a traffic jam. When you come home. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh, I love that analogy.
Yeah. So yeah,
that was like a hot air balloon in a world that's like a traffic jam. She's able to lift you out of the noise into peace and quiet. So since you took us there, and again, for those of you who are just joining us, my name is Angel Charmaine. I am host of SpeakUpSis Podcast, and this is the Blue Flame discussion that we have here. It's a panel discussion about some hot topics, and anything goes in this space, and we lay it all out. And so we'll jump around. When I hear something good, we go there. So and since we're talking about what men really think, let's move into that space. Look at Corey. Corey's like, no, don't do it to me. We gotta do it. We gotta do it, because one thing I know about both of you, and the truth is, I believe all 5 of the men who were in the magazine for 2023 summer edition, all have wives or a woman. PJ is not married, but that's his woman, right? And I'm gonna put that out there. He gonna marry that girl because she good. She better anyway.
Yeah.
He ain't here to talk about it himself, but if he get to listen to this, you heard what I said, PJ. But anyway, so let's jump for a second, because you said your partner has something to do with your mental health. Now, I hear a lot of people say your happiness is all about you and can't nobody make you happy and all this other kind of stuff. Would you agree with that? Do you believe that your partner does have something to do with your well-being, your level of happy, if you will, in your marriage? Corey, do you want to jump in?
100%. She has 1,000% to do with it. A whole lot. 'Cause like I said, you can walk out the house and the world will slap you and hit you on your shoulders. But when you come home, it's like a certain peace that you're looking for. And if she gonna be a part of that world, and you gonna catch hell in the household and nobody gonna be. They say happy wife, happy life. That's not particularly true. Because if a man ain't happy, ain't no way in the world he gonna make the woman happy.
Oh, so, that's good.
So you got to start. You can't just start with the wife all the time. You have to include the man in it. Period. I mean, because if we're not happy, like I said, we're not happy, that household ain't gonna work. And if she's not that help me, that shoulder, that place of peace, or anything else that's just like make us just forget everything that's going on in the world, it's gonna be hell. That's just pure blank truth about it. That's all there is to it. Yeah, so yeah, she has got to be, like he said, that hot air balloon. She got to be the one to lift you up. I mean, even if you are pissed off, she see you. Can I say pissed off?
You can say pissed off. Yeah.
Okay, but yeah, even if you walk in with that attitude of like, and she see you with, don't just, well, what's this? What's that? What's that? Nah, give me a minute. And like my grandma said, go in the other room and pray for me. You pray for me and you come back and you still got this smile on your face and I didn't tick you off. I'm going to see you still smiling. And I know that you should be mad because I walked in the house with attitude, and you here, you the one I'm going to take it out on, but you smiling because you done went in there and you done prayed. So now guess what? I'm like a how they say, a lion with a lioness. You notice a lioness can calm any lion down and just to be in their presence. That's how it is with men and women. I don't care how big and bad we is. If you got the right woman, we'll be like little puppies in your hand that melting like chocolate. And that's the way it is with a woman and that peace. That's my view on it.
That is I am loving all of the analogies. They just really fit. Linda Walker says, happy spouse, happy house.
That's it.
That's what's up. Bernard, do you want to add to this piece? Do you believe that a woman does have something to do with a man's happiness and vice versa? And we're talking relationships, like full on. We're not talking about no, we laying up. We talking about full on, right? Come on, because a lot of times we have these conversations and women want to ask these kind of questions about a man that ain't trying to be, you know what I'm saying? Or men are asking questions about women who ain't trying to be nobody's wife, So tonight we're talking about what you really think in terms of a man and a woman in a full-on relationship, marriage. Do you believe that happiness, that they do contribute to the happiness of the other?
Absolutely. Think about this, Angel. You with your mama up until you're about what, 18, 19?
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, you probably, if you're blessed, with your spouse. Like for me, I've been together for 25 years now. So that's more than even with my mama. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, man, I mean, you gotta at least bring some type of happiness to the table. I was explaining to my sis today, and shout out to my sis tonight, if she tuning in, that Belinda Denise. And I was saying, we men pretty much take on the responsibility of women as our wives. You understand? What I mean by that is, say if me and Corey can go into Burger King and we can see a beautiful woman and we can decide to change her life and get her education and give her money and give her, you understand, cars, everything like that. And she can even take a day off and tell Burger King, man, forget Burger King, man, my man finna take care of me. But us as men, I mean, say if the tables was turned, me and Corey were working at Burger King, and you think a young woman would come in there and want to change our life and make us their king and tell us they want to marry us, and you understand, and take on that responsibility of us as their husband. That's why it's once we do take on that responsibility, what comes with it? It doesn't necessarily have to be the money that comes with it. It can be the times of the day you spend together. It can be the back rubs after that hard day. Corey, you ever came home, man, and cracked the window in your car, man, and turn the radio off and just listen to that wind come in, man, because you be so tired. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So it means a lot to us to have someone to come home to. And like I say, it's sanctuary. You understand what I mean? Because sometimes us men don't even get a day off, man. It don't have to always be in the physical. If you a good daddy, man, you a good daddy to the community. You ain't a good daddy to just the house. You understand? Because my kids got to go out there in the community.
That's right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's man, it's women, y'all really have to, and think about it too, man. And we have to see it where y'all coming from. But sometimes at least you get a day off. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, man. And sometimes you can't get mad, because when I get mad, my roar is something different.
You right.
But, yeah, man, but I'm not finna put no hands on you. The thing about it is, a man a teacher and a boy a beat you.
Whoa.
So, yeah, man, because he don't really know he don't know what to say to you. You don't know how
Wait a minute, I need you to repeat. Listen, Bernard, we're going to need to write. I'm going to have to help you write.
Man, this the game I give my sons. This the game, like I said, I give them community boys. Man, this something else different, man. The community need to listen to Big Bruh, Big Cuz, Big Mama, and we losing that. Man, yes. We losing that. You know what I mean? So, and that goes back to, because Mama first teacher. And Mama is the first God before she even introduced you to God, to yourself. When she teach you how to clean yourself, say your prayer. You know what I mean? What they say, cleanliness is next to what?
They say cleanliness is next to godliness.
She getting you ready to be introduced to it. You feel me? So Mama's first teacher, even the lions falling behind. They mamas, the bears in the forest is falling behind Mama. The ducks in your neighborhood crossing the street falling behind Mama. You understand? Mama got a lot of stroke, man, but Mama also got to take care of us. One day I was in the gas station and I called this lady Mama, and she bucked at me. I'm not your mama.
Oh, wow.
Man, I don't want to pay for your little Slurpee and all. But yeah, man, we sometimes need mamas, man. Even us, you understand what I'm saying? Listen, even all them killers you see now and dope boys, man, they listen. They done hugged their mama and grandmama and stuff like that before. Ain't nobody really born, no killer, no dope boy like that. But somewhere we lacking. And what if I was having a bad day that day and was just looking for a motherly feeling?
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? It ain't even, you don't have to really have no mate. Man, Black woman, we need y'all to comfort us sometimes. We in almost a Holocaust with all the stuff going on around us. For real. Man, can we come on dang, can I get my back? Some detergent in the bathtub. Let me get some of them fake bubbles and stuff, man. My dirt might be baked on.
I think what's really interesting about what you're saying, and for those of you who are tuning in tonight, we are asking the question, what do men really think? And I am asking these two amazing brothers of mine to share some thoughts. And granted, we know their thoughts don't speak for every single man, right? But I trust these voices. They're good, solid husbands and fathers and just good men who've had life experiences. And so we're just shooting the breeze. So you all won't hear a whole lot of my own opinions tonight, because I believe, just like Bernard said earlier, when he said he felt like he was seen when I asked him, I do believe that oftentimes men don't feel seen. They don't feel heard. They don't feel understood. And as women, we're living in a time where women are roaring and hear me roar, and we're all of the things until we silence men. And so tonight, you all, I'm allowing them to simply share. All right. And so I pray that those of you who are regular listeners of Speak Up Sis Podcast will appreciate hearing these men's voices tonight. But let me tell you, Bernard and Corey are dropping some gems, because yes, Anita says a man will teach you and a boy will beat you. And that is what Bernard just said. You listen, you about to be quoted for that for a long time, brother. And may I just say that beating is not necessarily physical.
No.
Right? A man can beat a woman down with so many things beyond just his fist, right? But this idea of community, and I want to go into there, and so we'll slide a little bit into parenting, if you will. And it's just facts. We've got a majority of our children being reared by mom, and I'm a mom of 4 sons. And I personally don't believe it is my job to raise a man, but it was my job to raise boys into being good humans and good people. And I prayerfully did a pretty decent job of allowing their father, God rest his soul, to teach them how to be men. And I introduced them to men in the community. So what do you think about the importance of men in the community stepping up to take on that role for those children who just for what, and we're not talking about all the reasons they don't have a dad. We don't, like my sons, their father passed away. So not all fatherless homes are because the dad just left, right? But tell me what you really think about this idea of fatherless children, women raising men, if you will, and men in the community stepping up to help to teach them how to be men. What are your thoughts? Corey, we'll start with you.
The men stepping, let's start with the last one first. Okay. Because first, the mother or woman, she has to allow a man outside our home to be that man figure.
That's a good one. Right.
I mean, because what I hear a lot is people say, oh, they ain't got no daddy or they ain't got no man in their life. But then when a man tries to step in and take that role or to show them, or it's like, don't talk to my child that way. You discipline. Your child needs stern fear. And they're like, everything is crazy. Somebody got to be in there, and when he mess up, they got to be able to get in his face. Because they're not getting in their face, they're ready to slap him. Right. They sit and shut up. They got to have, like I always tell mine, you got somewhere they got to have a fear of God placed in them. You don't have to beat them, you don't have to kill them, but they got to have a fear of God placed in them to know that if I do this, there's somebody that's gonna straighten me up somewhere. But yes, she has to allow a man to be that man, first of all. Second, about being fatherless, there's no, I don't think there's a possibility of a child being fatherless because everybody has a male in their family somewhere. I ain't never seen a family that's all women. Not every man is good, but somewhere in your family there is a male role model that child that he can go to get life experiences and help and all this going on in life that he could talk to. You know, he like now, like you said earlier, there's a lot of women raising men, and I don't judge nobody, and what you do is your business. But I could tell from when I was 20 to now, over the past decade, you have less men and more women. You understand what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
So that came with this whole independent movement that happened. If, in my opinion, like you said, I can't speak for everybody, but in my opinion, that's how I see it. Everything went good, just slap out the door. I mean, I couldn't imagine being 12 years old and not knowing how to change a tire on a car. You got men now, they sit in the car while the woman out trying to worry about how to fix stuff. Women trying to take care of the household while he's sitting in there playing a video game, watching TV.
Right.
So like I said, they have to allow a man to be a man so he can become a man.
Mm-hmm.
In order
Women
to have
to allow a man to be a man to help boys become men.
Exactly.
I like that one as well. My goodness, we got a whole lot of tweetable moments tonight. Bernard, I can see the wheels spinning in your head right now.
You know me so good.
I know, I can tell. What is it that you want to say? Tell us what you got to get out.
All right, in reference to just the role that we play in the young men's life, or
whatever you want to share about that dynamic as a whole.
Okay. I think somewhere down the line, we lost that, Corey. We lost like that alpha male in order to teach us. And I'm from Sunset. Sunset is a little project down there off 15th Street in Augusta, Georgia. And that was before it was tore down. But we always had somebody that was sort of like our alpha, even if it was the corner store man. You understand what I'm saying? Even the candy lady, her name was Miss Big Mama. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. And Miss Big Mama tell you what, boy, before you get home, man, then your mama will get you. You understand what I'm saying? Or your daddy will get you. But when we ain't had that father, we had people like Mr. Grady Allen. He a saxophonist and stuff. And I still to this day remember Mr. Grady Allen. He almost 80 years old right now. And he used to tell us to call him Commander Allen. He used to get us all together as little boys at Sunset and just get us to yell our names out and shoulders back, chin up. Man, we miss stuff like that. But somewhere down the line, we done lost it, man. Even the handshakes on the fellas is like wet noodles now, man. You understand what I'm saying? And the demeanor is even different. I'm not trying to call all my little nephews and all of them, weak or nothing like that. But our generation was it was packed with lions, man. It was packed with, you know what I mean? We little boys cut grass. We burned leaves. We did all type of stuff, man. You understand what I mean? It was a different type of pedigree. But somewhere down the line, like we said, we took so many hits, like with the remember with the Biden and the Clintons and all of them had that when he was locking us up during those years of the 90s, Reagan and all of that shoot, even us. Yeah. The thing about it was, okay, it was all strategically done, plus the feminist movement.
Yes.
You understand? The only thing we had, man, was y'all at one time. You understand what I'm saying? Remember when I said that hard days work, what do we come on to and this and that? But now, since if you in the feminist group and with the feminist movement, I can do this all by myself, and even the songs even programming you. Right. You understand? I don't want no this. I don't, riding in the side of your passenger's ride. And
right.
You understand? You might have missed out on a good thing because I'm getting a ride from Corey. I got I'm just in the passenger side at that time.
Right.
No, man, shoot. But we took so many hits, and I think that plays a major key too with our young boys. And that's why you're seeing a lot of this stuff going on in the schools and in the communities and stuff like that, because there's no redirection and the levels of respect have dropped so drastically, because of that.
Right.
That redirection. Now some of the OGs don't even want to talk or converse with the younger ones, because remember, Corey, what I said about gatekeepers and stuff like that? Man, some of these older cats hate on the young bucks.
Yeah.
That's why it's so easier for me to talk to the young cats, because they don't feel like, man, I'm trying to shun them out for anything like that. I done been shunned out. You understand what I'm saying? When you man, you done try to look for the elders, now you got to follow nothing but your peers, and your peers just as lost as you are. You understand what I'm saying? Now you got your neighborhood gangs, and you understand what I'm saying? And you got people praising more of wardrobes and what you got on. You understand what I mean? It's time to, because I used to tell the little boy, I said, listen, man, the game is in you, it's not on you. You can't put the game on like no shirt, man.
Yeah.
You gotta really get up and go out there and hunt. Men, we hunters by nature. Women are nurturers by nature. But somewhere down the line, man, we ain't teaching these boys how to hunt. You can't blame school. School don't have school. Yeah, school dang near it's a babysitter, and it's programming. It's programming. And the thing about it is too, with the black young man is, imagine if I took a picture of both of y'all, and we open up the book, and who the first two people, Corey? You a photographer. Who the first person you gonna look for if I done took a picture of you and the group?
Talking about a group of men?
If you was taking a picture with a group, and I took a picture of you in the group, who was the first person you gonna look for?
A woman?
No, yourself. You in the picture.
Oh, me? Oh no, I ain't looking. No, me I'm sorry. See, you asked me as a photographer.
Look, I'm just gonna say I was lost too, Corey, because I thought he was talking about me and you. Like,
I was saying if you two was in a picture with a group of people, and I took that picture and I showed y'all on my camera the picture that I took, what's the first thing you're gonna say? Oh no, I ain't look right. I'm gonna take another one.
Okay, gotcha.
You're looking for yourself.
Yes.
You looking for yourself.
You say you as a photographer. When you said that, I'm like, okay, as a photographer, I'm taking pictures. I'm looking for the women because that's what I keep. That's what I aim towards, the women. So that's why I say that. But I understand exactly what you're saying now. Yes, sir.
But getting to the point when I'm saying, like, if y'all were in a group of people and I took a picture and you two was in that group of people, the first person you're going to look for is yourself. Now, when these kids open up these textbooks and stuff like that, they looking for themselves. They don't see
themselves. That's right. I think we've got a little bit of a delay on there we go. I think we got a little bit of a delay. Yeah, don't know what happened to Bernard in that moment.
Where they ain't even interested. You understand? Before you send them to school, that's another strike. You giving them all that red dot number. Well, can you hear me now?
Yeah. So listen, everybody. If you all will, please, I believe we got just a little bit of technical difficulty right now. First thing, it's storming outside. So let me just say that there's a major storm happening right now. So I think we've got some technical issues happening. But I agree with you, Bernard. I believe that a lot of the issues that we are seeing stems from communities, stems from home, stems from not seeing ourselves, our children not seeing themselves, and things of that nature. But here's where we are right now. I think it's important for people who are watching us, people who will listen to us, people who will catch this, to realize that it's time, right? It's time for us to show up. It's time for us to take mental health seriously. It's time for us to take each other seriously in our relationships. It's time for us to take parenting and taking care of our children seriously, and showing up not just for ourselves, but for other people as well in our communities. But guess what, guys? We have run out of time. We have run out of time. This has been a really great, really robust. I don't know what we would have done with 3 other voices in this conversation. I don't know. But I want to say thank you. What you say?
Can you hear me?
Corey was trying to say something. He's driving.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
So yeah, we would have had the other fellas in this conversation. We'd be here for 2 and 3 hours, but I just wanted to give you all an opportunity to come back into this space after the magazine. This is my way of saying I appreciate you. I want people to hear your voices, see your faces. I want people to know that your platforms are real and viable. If you are in Augusta, Georgia, and you are looking for a fitness trainer, if you're not just a fitness trainer, if you're looking for a trainer who cares about you, and I have told this before, and I'll say it again. When I first met Bernard Gracie, I was in a bad space. I had been stood up. A man stood, he's nodding his head because he remembers. A man stood me up, y'all. And I took it personally. And I thought that he stood me up because of something about me, right? I wasn't pretty enough, or I wasn't something enough, or whatever. And I walked into that gym and I was like, I'm going to fix this, because if you think I'm fat or ugly or whatever, I'm going to fix it. It's the wrong reason to go into a gym, but to go into that gym and to have this brother, and cried on his shoulder, right, Bernard? And he was like, girl, you fix your mind, because ain't nothing wrong with you. But if you want to fix you, we can do that, but not because of what some jerk guy did. If you are looking for a fitness trainer who will care about your heart, your soul, your spirit, your body, he is the guy for you. If you're looking for a big fancy building with a whole bunch of, then he ain't the guy, and we're not interested in you being there. That's real talk. I said it. He didn't. I'm saying it. But if you want a heart, and you want to look your best, and you want to feel your best, and you want to be around people who will uplift you, then I say connect with Gracie Fitness Studio. Y'all gonna see me there. He getting ready to cut me up. And Corey, listen, this brother is a beast with a camera. If you want a photographer with a heart, you understand, who cares about you, who cares about your brand, who cares about, everything that is you. If you want to feel your best on camera, contact him. All right. Give him your business. They are Speak Up Sis and Angel Charmaine. Bam, stamped, approved. I put my John Hancock on them. And brothers, I appreciate y'all. All right. So we got 1 minute remaining. 1 minute. And I'm going to let y'all have 30 seconds apiece. Give the people something good. Let's leave them with something good. What do you have to say to the people in 30 seconds? Corey, I'm gonna start with you just in case your phone will chop out. Go. It's on you. Go.
Simple. Come to the gala next weekend. Enjoy your night. Period. Period.
See what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
And Bernard, 30 seconds. What you got to say to the people?
30 seconds. What can I say?
20.
Don't ever stop fighting. You told me not to say that. Okay. How about this? Take care of yourself. It's 8.5 billion people on this earth. You outnumbered. You have to love yourself and take care of yourself too. Who helps the healer? Who helps the one that's helping everybody else? Take some time for you, even if it's 15 seconds or 15 minutes a day. Take care of you. You understand?
All right, everybody. And we are done. We are back Speak Up Sis Podcast is back in the place to be. We are going to be here on every first and third week of the month. Make sure you check us out. We're on all of your podcasting platforms, Apple, Spotify, iHeart, Pandora, Amazon, wherever you listen to podcasts, please listen to us. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Speak Up Sis. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Speak Up Sis Podcast. And if you enjoyed this, tell somebody. Make sure you come back and check us out. And until next time, don't forget to open up your mouth and speak up. Y'all take care. Good night.